Hello guys, welcome back to my channel vfxexpert. So guys, in this today's class we are going to see 3DEqualizer from start to finish. So now we are inside 3DEqualizer. So this is 3DEqualizer basic environments or interface here. So if you want to change this environment or interface, then simply you can click on this environments. Then you can select this basic interface or environments here, because by default 3DEqualizer shows you here this default interface or environment. So just we have to select this environments, this basic environment from this list here. So we will get all these required panels inside 3DEqualizer here. Left side, this is object browser, point browser, deviation browser. Right side, attribute editor, and this is our viewer. And downside, this is timelines here. Now just we have to import our footage. So in this object browser, just we have to select this sequence, or you can simply double click here. Then right side in this live action footage, just we have to click on this browse, then select your footage or image sequence. So now inside this folder, this is our sort here. So simply just we have to select and just click on OK. Now just type importable footage inside 3DEqualizer, and right side you will get all these properties which is related to this footage. This is starting frame, then end frame, then frame rate, on which frame rate you are going to track your shot. Even if you want to change this one, then simply you can type it here. And this is frame size or footage resolutions here. After importing your footage, we have to create a buffer compression file. So in this playback, just we have to click on export buffer compression file. So here I have already created or exported. Then just we have to click on overwrite. Then after this, we can play footage in real time inside 3DEqualizer. Now just we have to import our buffer compression file. So simply click on import buffer compression file. Now just we have to play and check our shot. So this is timeline. Simply we can click on this play, then stop. Then this is first frame or starting frame option. Then this is last frame or end frame. This is frame by frame, previous frame, next frame, and this is previous key and next key. Now just simply click here. Now just play and check our shot. So this shot just we have to track inside 3DEqualizer. Now first till here, just save our project. Then click on this 3DE4. Then save project, and just select your folder or directory where you want to save this project. So in same folder, just I am going to save. So simply just select, and downside in file, just give a project name or file name. Now click on OK. So now just we are going to track our shot. So for tracking this shot, we have to create some 2D point inside 3DEqualizer. So for creating 2D points or track points, we have to select this manual tracking control panel from this list here, because there are multiple control panels. So we will explain all these panels inside this class. So first we have to select this manual tracking control panels here. So this is our viewer here. So if you want to zoom in, zoom out your viewer, then hold right mouse button, then drag up and down. So you can zoom in, zoom out. Hold the middle mouse button, we can simply pan. And if you want to fit this viewer inside this area, then downside you will get this full frame options. Then simply you can click here. So this will fit this viewer inside this area here. Now after this, just I am going to create some 2D points or track point inside 3DEqualizer. So before creating any point inside 3DEqualizer, you have to also check your playhead position. Where is your playhead? This is again important inside 3DEqualizer. So first just I am going to place this playhead at starting of our this timeline. So simply just click here. Now after this, just we have to create 2D points or track points. So simply just we can little bit zoom. So now this is just only for explanation. So suppose one point just I am going to create here. So simply hold the control button on keyboard, then left click. So this will just create a track points or 2D points here. Then in this point browser, you can see this point 01, and in this attribute editor, you will get all these properties. Then this identifier, this point name, even if you want to change this name, then simply you can change. Then this point color, so by default this will just create in red color, you can see here. Even if you want to change this one, then simply you can click here and just you can select another color like yellow, blue, or any color, whatever color you like. Just again select this red color default here. Then in this 2D tracking option, tracking mode, pattern. So just we have to select this pattern. Then directions, by default this will select here forward, because just you have created this point at starting of this timelines here. If you will create a point at last, so this will automatically show you here this backward only. So all these things just we will explain here. Now after this, after creating your points in timeline, you will see just a first keyframe or just a starting keyframe. You can see this one here. So when you will create your track point, so this will automatically just create a keyframe at your playhead positions. Okay, so you can see this one here. Now after this, just we have to place this track point at perfect position. So simply just we can pick point. So suppose at this point just I want to place, even pixel by pixel. If you want to move this point, then you can use 4682 numbers on num keyboard. Then this is pattern size and pattern area. So if you want to adjust this one, then simply you can adjust. Now just first point, just I am going to track. So for tracking this point, downside you will get this track options. So if you will click on this one, so this will track this point forward from your playhead positions. And next option you will get this fast. So just click on this fast. So this will show you here slow. So this will little bit go slower here. So easily we can focus on our this point. And right side here you will get this center 2D. So while you are tracking any 2D point, so just we have to check this center 2D. So this will focus this point in this center. Now just we have to click on this track. Then I can stop it here. So now suppose if you want to delete this point, then simply in this point browser, right click on this point, then simply click on the delete. So now just I am going to create new point in 3DEqualizer. So now again just hold control key on keyboard and just left click. So this will just create a track point, and simply just we have to place at perfect positions which points or position you want to track. So suppose this point. Now again we have to click on this track. Now click on stop. Then if you want to track frame by frame, then you can click on this track next frame option. Then in between, if you want to adjust this pattern size and pattern area, then you can also adjust. Then again you can click on track. Now after this point is going outside from our this frame, so we have to end this point. This is again important things here. So downside we will get this end point options here. Just simply we have to click on this end point. So now here just I have tracked over this first point here. So like this, just we have to track multiple points, some points in our this foreground, then midground, then background. So before tracking your 2D points, suppose if you want to little bit enhance your shot, or if you want to adjust contrast for this shot, then simply you can click on this windows, then image control window. So in this window, first we have to reset all these parameters here. Now just we have to enable this image control. Then downside we will get this color controls enables here. So just simply enable, then we can adjust this contrast value here. So you can see this one. Even gamma value you can also adjust. So easily just we can find over this point and just we can track here. Okay. And after this just you can create a point and just simply you can track it here. So if there is any requirement, then simply you can also use image control window and just simply you can enhance your shot and just simply you can track your points here. So now just disable this one here. So now just I'm going to track next points here. So now just I'm going to create next point at last frame here. So simply just place playhead here and just create a track point. So maybe this point. So again just hold control key and just click here and just adjust search pattern size and pattern area. So now if you will see here in the direction, so it's showing backward only because you have placed your playhead at end of this timeline here. That's why this is showing backward here. Now again just we have to click on this track. So this will track backward. Now can I stop it here? Then you can adjust. So maybe till here this is correct. Then just we can adjust. And just frame by frame we can track. So now here just I have also tracked over the second point inside 3DEqualizer. So first here just save our project. Now just click on 3D4, then save project. So next point just I am going to track at this wall here. So maybe suppose this point just I want to track. Then you can adjust this pattern size and pattern area. Again, just we have to click on this track, then stop. Then again, if you want, you can just adjust this pattern size and pattern area. Then again, you can click on this track. Now stop. Even frame by frame you can track. So next point just I am going to create. Just place your play head in between. So just we can track forward and backward both sides. So again, hold Control and just click. Now in direction forward only, and just we have to click on this track. Then stop. And again, frame by frame we can track. Now we have to track remaining these frames here. So just we have to place your playhead at this position and direction. Just we have to select this backward. So now if you will click on this track, so this will not track any frame because actually this is showing here end frame. So we have to also click on this end point option. So now it's showing here keyframe, then only just we can track this point backward here. Okay, so just have to click and just we have to track. Now again stop, then again you can track. Now next point, just I'm going to track maybe this point here. So maybe this point. So again just hold Control key and just click. So you can adjust. Now again click on this track. Now stop. So now if you will see here, actually some frames are not tracked properly. So what we can do? So just till here, these frames are tracked properly here. So what we can do? So just end of this point, or just simply if you will adjust this pattern size and pattern area, so this will clear all these track frames here. So just you can see. Now if you will adjust this one, so downside you will see. So now again just you can track frame by frame and just end this point. So just hold Alt and just click here. So this will deselect selected points here. Suppose if you have selected maybe this point. Now if you want to deselect this point, then hold Alt button on keyboard and just left click here. So this will deselect this point here. Now the next point, just I am going to create this character positions here. These are again important points. At this position, just simply click on this gauge marker. So this will just create a keyframe. So you can see this one here. Now again we have to click on this track. Then again if you want to click this gauge marker, so this will again just create a keyframe. Now just you can track all frames. And now suppose guys, if you want to clear all these track frames with keyframes, what we can do? So just we have to place this plate at this keyframe. Now just I want to clear all these track frames with keyframes. So how we can clear? So first we have to click on this end point. So this will actually just clear all these tracked frame, but not this keyframe. So if you want to remove this keyframe, then we have to place plate at this keyframe position. Then simply we can click on this remove key. Now this will clear all these tracked frames here. So if there is any requirement, then simply you can clear all the track frames with keyframes here. Now just again we have to track remaining frames. So again just we can click on this end point because actually it's showing here end frame. So this will not do anything here. Just we have to click on this end point. Now you will see here this keyframe. Just again we have to click on this track. Then gauge marker. So this will again just create a key. Next point just I am going to create on this wall. So again hold Control key and just click here. So just create next point. So you can see all these points here. So guys, for 2D tracking I have already created manage videos. So link I have given in descriptions. Please watch my that video also. So like this, just we have to track multiple points in this shot here. Then after this, suppose if you want to export all these 2D points, then simply you can select all these points, then right click, then you will get this export 2D track options here. Then simply click, then click on file name and just select your folder. and just inside this folder and just give a name. Now we have to click on OK here. Now click on OK. Now hold Alt and just click here, so this will deselect all these points here. Then after this, what we can do, just select all these points and press delete. Now just I am going to import our 2D point which we have exported from 3DEqualizer. So for this, what we can do, so in left side in this object browser you will get this point group, then inside this you will get this point, then right click, then click on import 2D tracks and just select your exported file. So this file just I have exported from 3DEqualizer, then simply select and click on OK. And here just we have to select this always create new points. Now press OK here. So now again just I have imported all these track points here which just I have exported from 3DEqualizer. So here I have already tracked many points for this sort. So just I am going to import all these points inside 3DEqualizer. So just delete all these points here first. Now press delete button on keyboard. So again just right click, import 2D tracks, file name and just select. So maybe this one. Now click on OK here. So now just in this point browser you will get all these tracked points here which just I have tracked for this sort here. So simply just you can select all points and just you can see. So all these points just I have tracked for this sort here. Then again hold Alt and just simply left click here, so this will deselect here. Now just suppose if you want to select multiple points, then hold Alt and Shift, then you can select multiple points, or hold Control Alt Shift, then just you can create a lasso and just you can select multiple points inside 3DEqualizer. So you can see, so these are our actually some ground point which just I have created, and these are our actually wall point left side which just I have tracked, and same as right side, and some points in our this background. So you can see multiple points here. Now just click on this full frame here. So now after this just I am going to solve our camera here. So first till here just save as our project here. Now click on 3DE4, save project as, and just give a name and just click on OK. So now just I am going to solve our camera inside 3DEqualizer. So before solving our camera, if you have any lens information like lens film back, width and height, or focal length, then you have to select this lens tab here. Then inside this focal length, if you know your footage focal length, then simply you can type it here. Even film back, width and height you can also type, but this is an unknown source, so just on default value just I am going to solve our camera. Then for solving this camera or for calculating solve, downside we have to click on this calc, then click on calc all from scratch. Now we have to click on this use result. So now here left side in our the deviation browser, so this is average deviation which is 0.40, so below 1 pixel this is acceptable, but if you are getting maybe this 1 pixel and above, so just we have to little bit adjust this value also inside 3DEqualizer, but maybe this is looking good here. Now here you can see. Then after this, suppose if you want to check 3D point inside this manual tracking control window, then downside you will get these 3D point options here. So just we have to check, then only we can see 3D point inside this manual tracking control window here. But just simply disable this 3D point inside this manual tracking control window. Now after this just we have to switch this manual tracking control window into our this lineup control window. So just we have to select this one here. So now inside this easily we can see our 3D points on top of this 2D points here. So these red points which is our 2D points, and this green point which is just sitting on top of this 2D point, these are our actually 3D points here. So after solving we are getting these green point, these are our actually 3D points here. Now just we have to play and check our solve. Then after this, if you will see here, this is our actual deviation curve or path here. So maybe in some frame we are getting a little bit high deviation, even maybe here also. So at last you can also see this deviation which is maybe 0.73 here. Now suppose if you want to enhance this camera solve, so first you can adjust some parameter from our this lenses, maybe focal length, even this distortion also you can adjust, but for this sort just only I am going to adjust focal length here. So in focal length just we have to select this adjust, then we have to again click on this windows and just click on this parameter adjustment window. So we are getting this window. Then downside we have to click on adaptive all, then adjust. So now you can see improvement here. Now we have to click on transfer parameters. Then again we have to solve our camera. Then we have to click on calc all from scratch. Now use result here. So you can see, so little bit just have improved camera solve here. So at last now we are getting maybe 0.6 pixels here and average deviation which is 0.382 here. Even frame by frame you can also check your point deviation. So for this just we have to click on this deviation browsers, then show point deviations curve, and just we can check this all points here. So now just we are getting this points by points deviations here. So maybe here this point little bit is showing high deviations here. So what we can do, hold alt and just select this point. So this is our point here. Even in this window you can also see. So now suppose you want to disable this point, then right click, modify calculations, and just disable this one here. Now again just we have to calc. So now you can see here this path now a little bit smooth here. So like this just you can find your higher point and simply you can disable, then again you can calculate your camera solve here. So just till here, just save as our project here, then click on the 3D4, save project as, and just give a name maybe 3. Now press OK. So now after this just I am going to define origin and just orient our scene here. So just in this lineup control window just we have to select this 3D orientation control panels here. So now we are inside 3DEqualizer 3D view here. So you can see, so these are our 3D points here and this is our camera here. So you can see, if you will play, so we can check here this path. Even you can also select this top view. So from top view you can see, then side view. So now if you will see here, actually these points below over this grid here. So now just we have to define our ground plane and origin for this scene here. So for this what we can do, so again just we have to come here in this lineup control window, and first just I am going to define our actually ground plane here, maybe XG plane here. So just we have to select 3 points on our this ground here. So now just hold alt and shift and just we can select. Okay, so here I have selected these 3 points, then come here inside 3D orientation control window, then we have to click on this edit, align 3 points to XG plane. So now you can see here. So now if you will see here, all these points just I have placed in this same plane, XG plane here, you can see. Then after this we have to also define our origin. So again just we have to come here inside the lineup window, and just I am going to define this point as a origin. So for origin just we have to select 1 point. So hold alt and just select this one here. Then again inside 3D control window, edit 1.2 as a origin. So now if you will select this side view, now just click on this perspective. So we are getting this orthographic view here. So now if you will see here, all these points just place on top of our this grid here, and this is our origin here. So like this just you can orient your scene inside 3DEqualizer. First we have to define 3 points on our ground which will be define our XG plane, then we have to select 1 point as a origin here. Next just I am going to create a text object or just a 3D model inside 3DEqualizer. Then simply you can click on the 3D model, then create, you can create maybe cube, cone or cylinder. So just first I am going to create a cube. So just click on this cube. Now you can see this cube. So again just come here inside lineup control, so you can see. Now after this just I am going to place this cube at this points here. So for this what we can do, first we have to select for this point. So here I have selected this one here, then hold alt and shift, you can select this cube, then we have to click on the 3D models, then snap 2 points here. Then after this we have to also click on the 3D models, align to global space, because you have oriented your scene inside 3DEqualizer. So just we have to also select this one here. So now just I properly place at this point positions here. Now just come here inside this lineup control window here. So here just I am getting a little bit this big cube here. So just again we have to scale down. So again just click on the 3D control panels. Now hold alt and just first deselect all these points and cube. Now hold alt and select this cube. So left side we are getting this translate, rotation and scale option. So just click on scale. and just from corner just we can scale. So uniformly just we can adjust size. Again just we have to select this lineup, so you can see. Now just we can move and change. So actually cube is not visible here. This is mainly due to our this clipping plane here. So for this what we can do, so in this project tab just we can adjust over this near clipping and far clipping. So just make it 0, a little bit adjust this one here. Now this cube is visible here, and after this we have to also adjust a little bit size, lineup, so you can see this cube. Simply we can play and check. So here I have also created this test object or cube inside 3DEqualizer. So guys, till here I have completed our this class. So in next class we will continue on same project and we will export these camera tracking data for Maya. Then we will import this camera tracking data inside Maya. Then we will do cone render, wireframe render, and also scene scaling inside Maya. So guys, if you like this video, please watch, share, comment and subscribe my channel if you are still not subscribed my channel. So thanks for watching.